Bros Productions is proud to present Kansas City Jets High School Travel Hockey. Kansas City Jets Hockey is brought to you by Bickelmeyer Meats, the Bortnick Law Firm, Edward Jones Investments, Gladstone Automotive Group, Goodwin Homeworks, Jeremy Franklin Automotive, the Kansas City Ice Center, Kansas Financial Resources, KC Ice, the Kohler Bortnick Team, Olive Events and Catering, Three Peaks Lawn Care, the Midwest High School Hockey League, and Beck Bros Productions. Now, Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out to Sioux City, Iowa. Joel Becker and Gary Scabona, Kansas City Jets hockey. The Jets about to take on the Sioux City Metro's big weekend of hockey here for this Jets team, both on the varsity and JV side. Obviously starting with the JV squad, and they're fighting for their very playoff lives.
Yeah, absolutely fighting for the playoffs. Sitting right now in the 6th spot, but the Oak Leafs I think are behind them, but they got a couple games in hand. So we're probably actually sitting in the 7th spot right now, battling it. Do got the Oak Leafs next week and Capitals coming up, which are in front of us. Obviously, these guys are the second best team in the JV division, coming off a split with Omaha last weekend. So it's a battle. At home we thought we had them on Saturday and kind of blew a 2-goal lead in the 3rd, and Sunday they basically manhandled us. So we'll see what happens today.
Yeah, we could obviously use as many points as we can get on the JV side. On the varsity side, we're actually a couple of points out of first with this Metro team. Yeah,
we're battling right there. I think we're sitting in the 4th spot, but again, we got Omaha. We got games in hands on Omaha, but who we play at the end of the year. So yeah, the varsity can end anywhere between 1 and 4, I would think, depending on how the last 10 games go.
Well, Gunnar Moninger, and the goal to our left for the Metros, and it looks like that's Camden Krugel.
Yeah, Krugel's in the net today for us, JV today. Moore will be in the net all weekend for us. Pedersen did not make the trip.
And we are underway here in the first period. This is our first JHN broadcast about a month and a half now.
Yeah, right. We only got 2 left. This one plus the tournament.
Yeah.
This one next week, and then the tournament. Yeah, we got a man come down the slot.
That was Herman who tried to put it in front.
Good D.
And it was played away. Brody Lee couldn't knock that down along the boards. Then he couldn't get it out. Played across the middle of the ice. Yeah, our last game was obviously before the Christmas break on the road. And then we were supposed to play this 2 weeks ago. It would have been about a month in between. But with the weather and all, we had the postponement, and so it's been about a month and a half.
Yeah, this is supposed to be our off weekend. A lot of guys on the ice for the Jets. Thank God the puck didn't hit anybody.
Yeah, and nobody tried to play it. That's the important thing.
Exactly, yeah.
It did nullify the icing, though, if you're wondering why they blew that. They didn't blow it dead. Boy, over there on the side, Brenneman almost handed it right to a Metro player. Would have been a dangerous turnover. As it stands, they couldn't get it out of the zone, and the Metros try and center it, but that was broken up in front, and the Jets able to clear it out.
By Bloom, yeah.
Now they work in.
Rush. Nope. Nice defensive play by 42 there.
Woodworth with the puck along the boards, comes back out to the point with it. Ignatchev, and his little wrist shot off is sticking out of play, and we get our first whistle. Minute and 35 seconds into the first period of play.
I'm assuming this is their clock camera that's right in my way of every view I want to do. So
that's ours.
Yeah,
that's ours. Theirs.
I'm assuming it's theirs.
I'm assuming so. Whichever one's not moving would be theirs.
Yeah, that would be a good reason why that's the camera. So for a pretty decent crowd here, all Sioux City though. The Jets hardly have any fans here this weekend.
Everybody's watching us, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's good. Their choice.
Jack McCune trying to work in on the right side. Comes to Deck. Deck will try and center. It goes right behind the net into the corner. Big hit on Elsie over there in the corner.
Yeah,
that was by Ignatchev.
Yeah, we don't have Micah this weekend either. He already had a ski trip planned for this weekend, and so unfortunately, with us changing the postponement, the ski trip didn't. And Zach Pedersen's at a lacrosse clinic in Carolina, I think. And again, that was already planned. So
these things happen.
I guess we got kind of lucky. We only lost 2 players and not a whole bunch being a break in the season where people take advantage of skiing and stuff.
Shot there by Netley was off the stick of Krugel, up over the glass and out of play. And really first shot, I'm not sure that was really on goal, but the first thing toward the net that Camden had to worry about. That goes right through the middle. We've played a couple of minutes, 2.5 here of the first period. Still scoreless right now as Brody Lee with the puck. Along the near side boards, left it there for Caldwell. He'll play it across. And Derek Elam with it. He got it out of the zone, but it gets shot right back in. Yeah, with Amon out, we'll see what kind of changes that makes to the defensive
He's
pairings.
going with 5D.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So you're not going to have the same pairings. Ooh,
Right.
play right in front and a tip toward the net. And
5D and 11 forwards. He elected not to play Kaufman in the JV game today. So,
well, big varsity
right,
game
exactly,
today.
Exactly. So, and he brings a lot of energy to the varsity team. So,
absolutely.
JV team will miss him, but yeah, somebody's got to step up. This is the way it is.
Steffi with the puck for the Metros in the corner. And Bloom comes over, plays it up the boards. Lee trying to play it toward the point. Hope is there to keep it in, though. And now Steffi in the corner. He and looked like Redmond came together, a pair of 24s over there in the corner. Bloom works a man over. And it comes back out again, right point, long shot, Hope a save, but a big juicy rebound in front. It was cleared out of harm's way for the moment. Now it goes into the corner. Metro's dangerous a couple of times. So far, haven't gotten any especially great shots on goal. That last one was a little tricky, but was handled by.
But they are controlling play right now.
For the moment, yeah, it's been one and done for the Jets. Whatever we have played into their zone. In the meantime, Krugel out of the net, leaves it behind the net. Boy, Jets late get over there, but Bloom does get there first. Comes up the far side. Redmond falls down, trying to walk in front. Poke check. Krugel covers and will get a face-off. I'm not sure they ever really got a shot on goal there, but Krugel was able to kind of stick the stick out or the paddle down and break it up before they really had a good chance.
Yeah.
4 shots though for the Metros.
If you remember last time on Sunday, I think we only had like 10 shots all game.
Wow.
The Sunday game that we lost 4 or 5 to nothing. So Krugel was in net for that game too. Bradshaw started that Saturday in the 5-4 loss we had. So.
Well, and that's another thing about this week. We'll have to kind of see how it goes because not only are we on the road, we're also coming off of a 4 games against Fremont,
right,
which is a different style of game you're going to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you really have got to get the engine going.
Yeah.
No icing here as that went off a skate, goes into the corner. Lee trying to get after for it, but Ebner gets there first. Ebner up the sideboards, picked off by Thompson Krugel. He'll get it into the corner. Netley over there.
Yeah, the thing is we got to get pucks on net, Joe. You can't win games if you don't shoot. There's a good shot.
There's one. That was by Thompson Krugel and a good save by Moninger.
Yep.
Now the Metro's able to get it out to center ice. Long dump in by Brannon. That was actually shy of the red line, but they wave off icing. Into the corner, Caldwell. He had a little trouble with the puck. Goes along the end boards. Ignatiev now back in the net. He'll come away with it. Off the sideboards, out to the point. It was kept in by Hope, but Jets will break it up. Back the other way, Lemke, and he couldn't maintain possession of it. Woodworth goes into the sideboards. Now Brenneman over there as
right
well.
there.
Comes in front, Lemke, and he tried to redirect it, but ended up putting it wide of the net.
Actually, a great pass by Woodworth. We just couldn't get a shot on that.
Well, tough to do on your backhand there.
Yeah.
Like that. Metro's able to get it out to center ice. We've played 6 minutes or so here of the first period. Still scoreless from the IBP Ice Center. Lemke on right wing. He will poke it into the zone, take a check. Puck comes loose in the middle. Jets and Bloom pokes it ahead, but Metros take over and get it out to center ice. Now a nice little play by Woodworth over there to knock it down. Elam plays it to an open right wing. Jets step up and get it into the Metro zone, but they don't have possession of it. That's a couple of times now. They've been able to get the puck in the zone, but not really gain any good possession of it. Metros take over at center ice. Play comes in, and that was McCune. He couldn't really pull the trigger. Goes back in the net with it.
He's the leading scorer on their team and in the league this year, the JV division. So
could say that's a lot because Kaufman hasn't been playing for a while.
Right, that's true.
Because he was near the top for a long time.
Yeah, he still is. I think he's the fourth or fifth.
Yeah, I know. Even despite the fact that he missed 6 games or whatever it was.
Well, he's played.
He played the last couple.
He's actually played in 20 of 22. So, but seems like he didn't play that many, but he has. So
okay.
He just got there. And then 20 will qualify him for any awards for some if he stays in the top 10 and Emmer doesn't play him again.
Well, and if the Jets can manage to make the playoffs,
then he could play in the tournament.
Yeah, that's important
that's
as well.
That's the important thing, yeah.
Side of the net, puck comes loose in front. It's cleared out harm's way toward the sideboards. A couple of players come together. There comes out a shot by Deck, and that one went off the shaft of the stick of Krugel. Above his blocker.
Did it go over Kruger's or over Bloom's?
I don't know. I thought I definitely heard the. Well, I think it was going wide anyway.
Right.
But that's the sort of thing that sometimes will go off the stick and end up going on goal. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
We do have one shot on goal. 4-1 are the shots. Penalties coming up
here.
It's going to be on the Metros, I believe.
I think so too.
Waiting for somebody to touch up. He really ought to blow it dead at this point. But it does come loose, and the Jets still with it. Redmond plays it across, one-timer, and that was wide. Back of the net, still the Jets with it.
Oh, that could be another penalty.
We'll see.
That should be two. That should be 2 penalties.
We'll see. There's a shot, and that was stopped in front. Now we'll get the whistle.
Let's see.
We're going to get a cross-check.
That's a bad. You got to give a rough there against a 39 with what's his name, Bunce, I think it is.
That's Bunce, Kevin Bunce.
He should get a penalty too.
Well, just
because the guy's in the box doesn't mean a second penalty can't occur.
Or if it's a delay. In this case, it's Ben Deck that's going off for the cross check.
Yeah,
but like you said, during the delay,
it should have been 2.
You can pick up other penalties, but they chose not to call it, and so the Jets will have the first opportunity on the man advantage. Scoreless game, a little past the halfway mark of the first period. Off the face-off, Bloom will play it to the sideboards, and Brody Lee, he gets it back.
Our power play wasn't that good against...
One-timer by Caldwell, loose puck in front, and then cleared the length of the ice.
Who's in front? Is that Pipe or Iggy? He's got Iggy. We need... Iggy's got to get that rebound, man. We need that guy in front's key.
There were actually 2 Jets in the general area.
Right.
I think...
Iggy's the big body there. The one.
Yeah, Krugel I think was the other one who was in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, neither one could get a stick on it. Now Krugel does gain the zone on left wing, but it's played to the center ice area. It was knocked back in, delayed offsides, and so now the Jets will have to regroup. Krugel along the sideboards. He's checked, comes along, comes up the boards and out to center. Already 55 seconds gone by in the power play. Jets will just dump it in. Moninger stops it, leaves it near the side of the net. The Metros play it off the boards and down the ice. A little short-handed there. Coming toward the goal, so out of the net. Krugel will play it up, and it goes out of play. And I tell you what, if he shoots that directly out, in the NHL, we always talk about that.
Right.
Well, the rules still exist that if a goaltender shoots it directly out of play, it's an automatic delay of game penalty.
Right.
That one hit the glass first, though, so that's why we're not getting that. 51 seconds left to go in Deck's cross-checking minor. McCune able to win the draw, comes back to the point, shorthanded shot, hit a leg, goes wide, kept in though by Bunce. He'll play it back of the net. Jets still on the power play, but haven't been able to get possession of the puck. A shot right on, save, Krugel, rebound, and did they score? I can't tell.
No, he stopped.
No point. I mean, no pointing at the net by the referee. It was behind him. What the question was, not so much. I didn't think it had gone in, but I was wondering who actually covered it up there.
Right.
Because that could be a dangerous situation. So we'll get a face-off to the left of Camden Krugel. And again, the Metros win the draw. Puck along the near side boards, and Brenneman got it out to center. They dump it right back in, and Redmond will go back for it. Only 20 seconds to go in the man advantage. The Jets haven't really had any possession since the very beginning of this power play.
We had one shot. That was it.
Brenneman gets played to the boards. It comes around, and a nice play by Ignatiev to keep that in. Then his shot, he knocked it down, but McCune the other way with a breakaway. He's all alone in on goal. A shot, and he scores.
Annacha should have made the pass. And
Jack
not shot.
McCune.
Annacha should have made the pass and not shot.
Shorthanded goal. You're right in that, I mean, that's always one of those things that high school kids sometimes have a hard time realizing.
He's on his knees. He gets up. Pass it. Don't shoot it.
Yep. So we'll take a look here as he made a great play, but then now you couldn't really see it. He tried to play it toward the net, but it led to the breakaway the other direction, and he just picked a corner and fired it past Krugel for the shorthanded goal. I'm not sure. It could be that. I don't think the penalty was over yet, was it?
No.
Yeah.
No. It was when he scored. There was 3 seconds left.
Yeah. So they are at even strength now. But in the meantime, the Metros strike first. 4:42 left to go in the first period. Unassisted goal by Jack McCune, who, as you mentioned, is the top scorer in the JV league. Jets off the draw, comes up the sideboards. Redmond there. His shot hit traffic, ends up going to the far side. Pointland couldn't get there. And it's taken by Elsey, got out to center ice. Deck with it. He was knocked down.
I think he fell.
Or fell down. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
No,
There's a penalty getting called. So
yeah, they're going to call a chip on us.
Apparently, the referee didn't think he just fell.
Yeah, guess not.
Redmond's off. And for whatever reason, he decided to verbally tell the guy over there, so we won't know what the penalty is. Isn't that nice?
I think it's going to get announced as a trip.
I think so, too. So the Jets adjust. Well, maybe we can return the favor and get ourselves our own little shorty here, huh?
I just like to kill it.
Yeah, well, that's the first thing. McCune at the point kept that in straight away. A shot that was blocked by Krugel, and then he gets it out to center ice. Good play. And the Metros will regroup. Riley Ebner with the puck. He will work in on the left wing. Works toward the middle. Now to the near side. Plays it in the middle. Plays catch with McCune. Or excuse me, that's Trosper. Now along the far side. Called it roughing.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough.
Interesting.
So at any rate.
Must have been a little shoving after the trip.
Could be.
Or the guy fell down.
That may have been why he fell down, was maybe a little
too much action
or something.
Exactly,
so in the meantime, still the power play going on. Puck back of the net. Now comes out to the far side. 55 seconds to go in the penalty. Left point's now across. Ebner at the right point. He surveys, plays it to Trosper. Over on the left point, it was kind of open, but the Metro's able to get it. Then it comes up the far side boards. The Jets play it to the line, but not out.
That looked out to me.
I agree, but not according to the linesman who was standing on the line there. Here's Ebner with it. Back in the net, Bloom on him. It comes in front. Caldwell there to break it up, and he will backhand it down the ice with 25 seconds to go in the power play.
Yes, Sioux City should get one more little rush here if they move quickly.
So we'll see what they do with it. Trosper, he was checked on the stick, was able to dump it into the near corner. Shabanos in the corner there for the Metros. Elam for the Jets on him. Now play it back. And a long shot there by Shirkus, and that went off of Elam's body somewhere and out to center ice. Ooh, then it's tipped ahead Brenneman, but too far ahead of him, and it was played to the corner by the goaltender Moninger. Now left point comes just out to center ice. Delayed offsides. Jets will tag up. We're down to less than 2 minutes to go in the period. Jets trailing 1-0. Puck near the line. Jets get it back out to center ice. Dump back in. This is, boy, that looked like a delayed offsides. But they say it was okay. They say everybody cleared before they went back in. In the meantime, puck back of the net. 95 seconds to go in the period. 4 players over there trying to work it free. Comes loose. Good play by Riggs to break that up. Then Brenneman again. He'll work ahead on right wing. Just dumps it in. And a little chip and chase. Back of the net. Brennan tried to play it in the corner for Riggs, but wasn't able to do it. Kind of fanned on the pass. Then Riggs back of the net. Trying to work through a check. Got it to Brennan behind the net again. Now comes into the corner. Once again, they try and work the puck free along the boards. Less than a minute to go. Jets.
Puck, Brennan.
Well, Smith did a good job of knocking it away for a minute. And then Ignachev plays it back in. Puck in the neutral zone. Dumped in by the Jets with 45 seconds to go in the period. Puck in the corner. Up the boards, and it does get by pipe and out to center, and it's carried on. This is Heckens trying to work in straight away. Nice little poke check. Jets break it up. Back the other way. Half a minute to go in the period. Back for it. Netley in his own zone. Oh, he almost fumbled the puck, but came out to center ice. Thompson Krugel will dump it back in. Comes back out to center. Bloom had to wait for Lee to get onside. Wasn't able to gain the zone. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the period. Played up the sideboards and out to the middle of the ice. Redmond fanned on it. Back the other way again. This is Heckens. He had it knocked away, and the buzzer sounds. And the first period comes to a close. And unfortunately for the Jets, the Metros with the only goal, despite what it says there. Sorry about that. That was my fault. It's 1-0 for the Metros. How's that? All right, so we played 15 minutes of hockey here from the IBP Ice Center. We'll take a quick break and come back for the second period right after this on Kansas City Jets Hockey here on the Jets Hockey Network.
It was a chance for a new beginning and a better laugh for a wagon train of hopefuls leaving the war-torn South to relocate in Kansas. Unfortunately, new enemies and old habits die hard, and the truth can come to mean very little. Outmanned and outgunned, Reuben, Marion, and Homer put their lives on the line as they saddle up and fight for what is right on the Glory Trail.
Glory Trail, part of the Trail series by David R. Lewis. Available as an ebook at Amazon.com, Smashwords, and iTunes, and as an e-audiobook at Amazon and Audible.com.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Center here in Sioux City. Joel Becker and Gary Scabona, Kansas City Jets, Sioux City Metros. 1-0 on a shorthanded goal for the Metros. Shorthanded breakaway, as it turned out. They lead at 1-0. They outshot the Jets 6-2 in that first period of play, and did seem to have the better of the play overall, Gary.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that, Joe.
But at the same time, the Jets did do a pretty good job of keeping the offensive chances to a minimum for the Metros. They did, like I said, have the better of the play, but it's not like they were relying on Krugel to stand on his head or something like that.
Yeah, right. No. But, yeah, they didn't have their 6 shots. I mean, their best one obviously was the breakaway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, that was really the only grade A chance they had.
Yeah.
To be quite honest. But and the Jets did do a good job of killing off the one penalty they had to kill off.
Right.
But at the same time, they didn't really generate hardly any offense themselves.
No.
Everything they did was pretty much one and done, even on the power play.
Yeah.
That was probably when they had their best chance, too. Lee trying to work in. Just plays it in the corner. Chabanos will play it to the far corner. Comes up the far boards. It was taken there by the Jets again, and Lee couldn't hold it in. Comes back out to center. Bloom hands it right to a Metro player and back the other way. They'll try and work in. Oh, nice little poke check there on Herman by Bloom. Puck is loose, though, and poked out to center ice. Now back the other way, 2-on-2. Brennan Min. Unfortunately, Lemke fell down, so the 2-on-2 ended up being a 1-on-3, as it turned out.
Yeah,
And now a nice lead pass, working in on goal. A fake and a shot and a save by Krugel. The net's off. Let's see if they're going to stop it or if they're going to let him put it back in. as Brody Herman had another great opportunity there. And this time he got the shot off, and Krugel was up to the task.
As a coach, I don't think he would like that. You see his reaction after he missed it. He put his head up, hands up in the air, slammed his stick down as he was skating off the ice.
Yeah.
So it's not something a coach would want to see.
I would imagine not. So we have played just under 2 minutes of this period. Comes out to Bunce at the point. His shot was off of traffic in front, never got through. Jets get out to center ice. Lemke tried to poke it ahead. And it was knocked out to center ice, and the Jets will dump it in. They do tag up as they look to change behind the play.
Nice scene right there.
The Metros do ice the puck, as you mentioned. We'll get a face-off into the Metros end for a change, with the Jets again being outshot 7-2 so far.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Joey? They're a little bit bigger. I think they're an older JV team. They got some seniors and juniors on there, and we got one junior. That's it. So 2 juniors now. No, just one. Krugel. So they're a little bit bigger defensively. I can't remember if Iggy's a junior or sophomore, to be honest with you. So and they're a little bit faster too. A little bit bigger, a little bit faster right now, and it's a difference in the game.
Well, plus, as we've talked about before, this is an earlier game than we're used to. There's the bus leg situation. We haven't been on the road for a while.
Right.
I mean, again, we haven't been on the road. The last JHN game was also the last game we had on the road, so it was a month and a half ago.
Exactly, yeah.
So kind of got to get used to it again as that one goes in on goal on Moninger, and he does get the whistle, although he ended up playing it right after that. So we get a face-off again in the Metros end. And then you mentioned also the Jets kind of have to adjusting to a different kind of lineup situation with a couple of guys being out because of trips or not just being listed on the JV roster today.
Right.
And so having to deal with an 11 and 5 situation as opposed to 9 and 6 or whatever.
We go 12 and 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually so.
So in the meantime, Jets weren't able to get any good possession time in the zone after the face-off, but they try and hold it in here. Comes toward the middle. Ignatieff pokes it ahead, but no good possession for the Jets. And now back the other way, trying to work in McCune. He plays it all the way across to the right side, and a shot right on save. Krugel rebound was put just wide of the net, as he did give up a rebound after making a good save on the initial shot. Now McCune again behind the net. He had it kind of stop on him, and then the Jets flip it out of play, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off. So just underway, second period. Jets trailing 1-0. If I remember correctly, when we did play the Metros at our barn a couple of times, at least in the first game, well, actually both games, it took a while for the teams to start scoring much.
Yeah.
Off the face-off, Rigg trying to chase that down, had it poked away, but Lee'll dump it in.
Well, we were up 4-2, the end of 2. And
yeah, but didn't it take like 10 minutes in the first period before anybody scored or something
then
like that?
Then things went sour for us.
Yeah.
And like I said,
in front, Riggs, a shot. That one off a stick.
Good shot.
As Ebner got in his way. And now the Metro's back the other direction.
Ebner, is that what you said?
Yeah, Ebner.
42.
42.
Looks like he's a senior, too. I've seen his banner up there. I know McLuhan's a senior. So they got a couple seniors playing JVs.
Elam was taken down there. Off the end boards, a long shot. That goes wide. Not sure Krugel saw it based on
Ebner actually had the big goal against us on Saturday, the winning goal. It was 4-4. But about 2 minutes ago in the game, he hit the high corner on against us. Kind of remember that.
Bloom with the puck in his own zone. He'll play it. Goes off of Smith and out to center. Metros work in. Played in the middle by Trosper. That was picked off, and Brenneman back the other way. He has a man in front. He was looking for Pipe, but the pass, he couldn't catch it. It was just a little too far ahead of him, I guess.
Pipe, a former D, is now.
Is he full-time? Is it full-time now?
Yeah, he's going to go full-time forward. They liked the way he played forward.
I was going to say.
So he did a really nice job.
He did do a good job against Fremont, so why not?
He was a former. He was kind of both as a youth, and we moved him back to D, but I think that we decided to move him back up to forward again.
It is interesting because, like you said, we only have the 5.
Right.
So they could have obviously.
Could have went 10-6.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But chose not to.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We do seem to need the help generating the offense if we can get it.
Right.
Oh, wraparound try, and they score. I believe that may have been McCune again. No,
I think it was number.
he was on the ice, but it was actually not him. It was one of his line mates.
26.
So that's Braden Ownby. And Metros go on top now by 2.
I told her I look at the replay. They got their own replay. They can text down to her. She said if I see something, well, I would imagine here, see, we lost it there. That was the big play.
Yeah. McCune might have touched it before Ownby picked it up, but as you can see, just that wraparound, and unfortunately, Krugel did not get around on it. And so it is 2-0 for the Metros. Here near the we're not quite to the halfway mark of the game quite yet. But like I said, the Jets is now being outshot 10-2. They haven't had a shot yet.
Make that 11-2.
Yeah, 11-2. Well, they haven't had a shot yet this period.
Right.
And only 2 in the first. We've talked about this before. You're not going to win a whole lot of games when you have as many shots as they have goals.
Right, yeah.
Bunts a shot right on, save. Krugel, rebound.
Save.
I'm not sure how he managed to get that one. It was off his stick or body. And then Shabanos was trying to play it. It was going wide, but Krugel will scoop it up and hang on. 8.5 minutes left to go, second period. Jets trailing 2-0. And it could very easily have been 3-0 at that right there.
Yeah, right.
Pointland on the face-off. Redmond plays it up the boards. Jets do get it out to center ice. Caldwell behind the net. Played off the boards to Redmond. Tried to get it to Arnold. He'll work in on right wing. Landon Arnold into the corner as Ebner rides him off the puck.
You can tell that's a senior against a freshman, and you can see the difference big time.
Caldwell's able to keep that in. Now it comes out to center ice. Redmond chases after for it. He will play it off the boards. Didn't get it in deep.
Yeah, they gave McCune an assist on that.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it was close.
So goes into the corner. And the Metros work it to the line, but not out. Good keep in for a moment by Elam, but then they get it out the second try. Puck along the far boards. Metros will dump it in cross corner. Back forward is Caldwell. Off the sideboards to Rigg. He couldn't accept the pass off the sideboards. Aiden needs to work on his pool game.
Yeah.
Didn't quite have the angle right.
Offsides. Ooh, that's a bad call.
They say no.
No, he was way off.
I agree. Didn't make any difference as the Metros are able to get it right back out. Trying to work back in. Steffi into the corner. He's taken to the boards. Smith plays it up, but it comes back out. Ebner a long shot, blocker save, and up out of play. I think the shot was going to go high, but Krugel over there. 15-2 now the shots.
Yeah,
with the Jets on the short side.
A lot to a little.
Yeah. Well, you don't see that very often in, over the years for the Jets, either JV or varsity, where they're getting outshot, 8-0, 8.
I mean, Sunday when I was like maybe 30-something to 10. We had 4 at one for a whole long time.
Yeah, but 30-10 is a 3-to-1 ratio. Right now we're at like 8-1.
Well, I know, but I'm saying if you add them together.
So in the meantime, Krugel trying to work in. And like I said, what concerns me is not the 15 shots they've got. It's the fact that we only have 2.
Right.
That we're not putting any offensive pressure. There's a penalty coming up. The Jets will get another power play here. Ignatjev sends it across. Delayed call. Krugel went to the bench. It was touched but not possessed by the Metros. So the Jets still have it in Krugel. He got it into the zone. Lee tried to play it in the middle, but now it is picked up by the Metros. And we will get the penalty call, which again is going to be a cross check, it looks like. Didn't help the last time. The Jets gave up their first goal when they were on the power play.
Need a little spark, Joe. Need a little spark.
Jax Trosper going off for cross-checking, it would appear. And with 6:05 left to go in the second period, Jets will have their second try on the power play, although, like we said, they're 0 for 1 with a shorthanded goal allowed. Lee tried to win the draw, was loose in the dot, but the Jets do get to it. Unfortunately, couldn't pull the trigger. Ignatjev now comes back out to Bloom. Did keep it in. Long shot. Oh, and Ignatjev tried to redirect it, ended up knocking it down. Here's Lee. Back out straight away, Bloom. He'll send it across. The one-timer by Caldwell. He fanned on that completely. Goes back of the net, though, and Thompson gets it back across. Now here's Bloom again. A shot that hit traffic in front, never got through. And the Metros cleared the length of the ice. Half a minute gone by in the power play. 5.5 in the second period. Certainly the Jets could use a goal here, down 2-0.
Absolutely.
Bloom with the puck in his own zone. Up ahead for Lee. He'll gain the red line and dump it in. Abner after for it. Rings it around the boards. Jets can't keep it in as it got by Caldwell. Now it's center ice Ignatjev. He'll work in.
Rush. Little potential odd man rush.
Well, it could have been. I mean, honestly, Ebner did a good job with Ignatjev. Then it's poked away. Another shorthanded breakaway here for the Metros. In on goal. A backhand shot and a good save by Krugel.
I don't even know if he saved it.
As no, it looked to me like he did. As that time, the same as McCune again.
Yeah, they didn't give him a shot. So
and he went.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he went forehand, backhand, and it looked to me like it went off either the pad or the blocker of Krugel. He definitely stayed with him. That was the good thing about it.
Yeah.
Was that Krugel was able to stay with him on the attempt at the forehand backhand. It's not good that the Jets have given up 2 breakaways and 2 power plays so far. Shorthanded for the Metros. And we're down to 15 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Puck goes into the near corner in the Jets' end. Jobanos had it poked away, but the Jets don't gain possession. And they play it back to the Metros line. Oh, Ebner made a mistake there. Brenneman, then it's carried on. Lemke couldn't get the shot, got a hit up high. Woodward couldn't knock in or couldn't get anything done with it. It's played across, and the shot goes wide by Elam. Into the near corner, penalty over. Oh, puck came right in front, but cleared out of the way by Herman, who sends it the length of the ice. Will it cross the end red line? Yes, an icing call against the Metros. It was the NHL hybrid icing. They would have waved it off, but
can I borrow that real fast?
So checking on the years of players.
Yeah.
3:46 to go, second period. Jets trailing 2-0. No shots on that power play. We've played 11 minutes and 14 seconds of this period, and the Jets still haven't been credited with a shot on goal. And they only have 2 from the first period. Off the face-off, Metros. And this is Trosper. He'll work through the middle of the ice, weaving his way into the zone. Redmond misses a check. Trosper, a sharp angle shot. Looked like it hit the side of the net. Jets can't clear, comes out to Bunce, a long shot. That hit a leg and goes wide. Wood, he ran hard into a Metro player along the sideboards. And Jets clear it to the line, but not out. Bloom will have to go back for it. Played around through the side. Bunce couldn't keep it in. Arnold trying to get around him.
Trip. Nope.
Well, he did trip, but I don't think he was tripped, unfortunately.
I don't know. We couldn't see it.
Wood with a steal, and then he is hit. He's able to carry on, trying to work toward the middle. Lost it. Then Arnold a shot. That never got through.
That one did.
Yeah, just sort of popped up, and Moninger was able to make the save for his 3rd save of the game. With 2:50 left to go. That was the first shot of the period. 12 minutes and 10 seconds in.
His stats aren't going up.
Well, his save percentage isn't going up. His goals against will go down.
Yeah, Iggy is a junior, so I just couldn't remember that. So you're talking to 2 juniors on his team, Iggy and Krugel.
And 0 seniors.
0 seniors. Very young team.
Yep.
Well, we only got 6 seniors, period, so we're young overall.
That is true. All right, so Steffi trying to play it in front. That was broken up by the Jets defense. Puck along the sideboards. Riggs got it out to center ice. Ebner. He'll play it off the glass and into the Jets' end. 2:20 left to go. Ignachev fell down behind the net. Lost the puck. Comes toward the side. Centering pass. Ebner a shot. Saved by Krugel, and the rebound comes in front, but it was cleared out of harm's way by the Jets. And Brody Lee, and then Riggs. He was able to get it into the zone. All the way into the corner. Netley back for it. Netley for the Metros. He'll work out to center ice. Through the middle. Now it's a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Elam back, a pass in front, and they score. That was a really well done 2-on-1 by the Metros, unfortunately for the Jets.
Cool.
So
I think it was 14-21, wasn't it?
first, that was a really good save by Krugel on the one-timer by Ebner. But eventually it ends up leading to this 2-on-1 as the Jets came in front.
Oh.
We're still looking at the replay for the moment, but
Pipe had a good scoring opportunity there.
there's the 2-on-1 and then the pass across and the one-timer.
Is that 21 who scored?
I believe so. That's Logan Shirkus.
Yeah.
So 3-0 as we're down to the last 85 seconds of the period.
Yeah.
Yep, Shirkus gets the goal. But really that was Netley, who, remember, went basically coast to coast. He picked up that puck behind the net and went the whole way and made the, I mean, it was his pass that set it up much more than the shot did.
Well, Elam tried to dive, but he dove too soon.
Yeah, he went down.
Went down too soon,
And, you know, was allowed basically Netley to get around him and make the play. Oh, Jets with a play in front. Boy, Lemke was right there. Couldn't get him the puck. Now the puck in the corner. They play it to the line. Bloom kept it in. Down to 35 seconds to go in the period. And the Metros send it down the ice. And it will just barely cross the end red line, but they wave it off. Wow. I'm not sure why.
Wow. It went across the line. That should have been an icing. Wasn't like he wasn't skating hard for it.
Well, apparently that's what they ruled. In the meantime, 15 seconds left to go. A steal and back the other way, trying to work in again. A long shot, save, rebound. Another save by Krugel, and he covers up. Not so happy with the big juicy rebound, but at least he made a great save on the second attempt. Jets being outshot 20-4 in this game.
Not good.
And trail at 3-0 with 9 seconds left to go in the period. Puck loose off the faceoff. Lemke picks it up, takes it into the corner, trying to work the clock down to 1 second left, and that's going to do it. The Jets will head to the locker room, trailing in this one, 3-0 from the IBP Ice Center here in Sioux City. So they gave up Shorty to start off the scoring back in the first, and then gave up a couple of more, trail it 3-0, and they've been outshot 20-4 in this game. So we'll see. Take a break for the second period intermission. Come back and show you the lowlights when we come back. And we'll see what the Jets can do in the third period. 3-0 our score here on Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Woohoo! Jeremy Franklin here from Jeremy Franklin Automotive. This week, everyone's talking about my sale. Why? Down payments are just $2. Woo-hoo! Trade-ins, I'll pay up to $4,950 over appraised value, even if you owe too much. Woo-hoo! Why am I doing this? Because it's summer, I'm excited about life, and you should be too. Woo-hoo! Now let's all say it together. Woo-hoo! It's my most outrageous sale ever, but only for a limited time. Call today, come in today, whatever you do, don't delay, because today's the day. Woo-hoo! Is your credit PU? You'll scream woohoo when we approve you. My one and only for the people credit approval process is the real deal. Woo-hoo. So get a nicer, newer car for just $2 down. And bring in your old clunker and get up to $4,950 more than what it's worth. Woo-hoo. This month only for the first 71 customers. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Come see us at Jeremy Franklin Automotive, South Kansas City. Call 816-523-6900 or jeremyfranklin.com. jeremyfranklin.com, where you'll always be another satisfied customer.
Call 816-595-9000 for terms and conditions.
How you doing? Richie the Iceman Zamboni here for Kansas City Ice Center. You know, my mother always told me, Iceman, there are 3 things every kid should know. How to ride a bike, how to make mac and cheese and not interrupt my soap opera, and how to ice skate. Well, the Iceman can't help you with your culinary difficulties with your children, but Kansas City Ice Center can sure get you going with those ice skating lessons. Send your kids to Kansas City Ice Center, and they'll be skating like they grew up in Alaska in no time. Kansas City Ice Center on Johnson Drive between 435 and K7 is setting up group lessons now for kids of all ages. And when kids are skating, they ain't getting into no trouble. They're having a good time and they're making new friends. Kansas City Ice Center on Johnson Drive between 435 and K7 and online at kcicecenter.com. Put your kids on ice at Kansas City Ice Center. It's cool.
Buying or selling a home is one of the most important investments of your life. When it comes to choosing an agent, look for top performance and customer satisfaction. Combined with state-of-the-art resources and support provided by Reese Nichols, the Kohler-Bortnick team provides a one-stop shopping approach to real estate, customized and put to work for you. The Kohler-Bortnick team is absolutely committed to your satisfaction through superior marketing and constant communication. The Kohler-Bortnick team, honesty, exposure, results. It's what they stand for and what they deliver. Hey, if it's good enough for Jets assistant coach Radoslavilo to be part of the Kohler-Bortnick team, it's good enough for you. This Jets webcast is brought to you in part by Picklemeyer Meats, the Bortnick Law Firm, Edward Jones Investments, Gladstone Automotive Group, Goodwin Homeworks, KC Ice, Kansas Financial Resources, Olive Events and Catering, and Three Peaks Lawn Care. Thanks to all the sponsors and supporters of Kansas City Jets hockey.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Center here in Sioux City, Iowa. Joel Becker and Gary Scimono here on Kansas City Jets hockey. Jets trail in the Metros 3-0 is our score here in this second period intermission. Obviously, all I've got to show you are the Sioux City goals. The first one was in the first period of play. And so we'll get to this. It was the Jets on a power play, and you're going to see a great job by Ignatieff to hold this in right there. But then he gets up and he tries to take a shot. Now, it's kind of hard to see that right there because it's just barely out of your frame. But you can see what he does is he gets up, and I'll just have to sort of describe it. He tried to take the shot, and really the one guy you really don't want to do that to is Jack McCune on this Metro team, who is the top scorer in the JV league, and it leads to a breakaway for him on this. And so unfortunately for the Jets, the shorthanded opportunity here for McCune, and he ends up making no mistake, as Krugel did as good a job as he could, but from the slot area right there, you're not going to unfortunately be able to stop too many of those. And that ended up giving the Metros their 1-0 lead. That's how the first period would end. 5 minutes into the second, the Metros would get their second goal. And it's the wraparound there. Unfortunately, Krugel couldn't get around, or at least he couldn't cover that far post as well as he would have liked. And that made it 2-0. And then late in the second period, the Jets would end up giving up a 2-on-1 situation here. And as you can see, Elam is there, and he's trying to back in with it. And you're going to see him go down, but he went down, like Gary said, way too early, which gave the opportunity to get the pass around him for the one-timer there from Shirkus. And that is how we got where we are, which is to 3-0 in favor of the Metros. So 3-0 our score here in the second period intermission. Let's see, I was trying to remember what the last thing we did with as far as something for a story from the Right Reverend, but I can't remember where we were. Based on the fact that we've still got 8.5 minutes left to go before we get to the third period, we'll go with Baby. So here's a story from the late Right Reverend Lewis, and then we'll be back for the third period. 3-0 our score. Metros on top. Jets being outshot 20-4 so far here from the IBP Ice Center in Sioux City. Back with the third period in just a bit here on Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Hello, I'm David R. Lewis. Welcome to Heartland Memories here at Theater of the Mind. This memory is around 40 years old and no bull. Well, actually, that's not true. It is bull. Sort of. You'll see. Leslie Hallcraft smiled at me as he reached over the top rail of a board fence and scratched the back of an immense Charolais bull. "This is Baby," he beamed. "He's just as sweet as he can be. Yes, he is." Les was my landlord. In the outback of the Ozarks, Laura and I had rented a 2-bedroom rock house from Les and his wife, complete with a barn and paddock for some pigs, a spring-fed catfish pond, and access to 600 acres of trees to cut wood for the furnace in the house. Les was a nice man, a converted northerner who drove an International Harvester pickup truck and swatted wasps the way mere mortals swat mosquitoes, often sustaining 24 stings a day. He was introducing me to his prize bull, a bull nearly as expensive as an aircraft carrier, a bull he loved more than his children, a bull he'd installed in a pasture completely surrounding the barn and paddock where I kept pigs, a bull that was now going to be between me and where I needed to go several times a day. My mouth went dry. "You can see how gentle my little baby is," he said, easing through the stile and into the pasture. I followed warily behind, mentally constructing my last will and testament. The bull, only slightly smaller than a 56-passenger school bus, sidled up to him to get his ribs scratched. "This precious boy wouldn't hurt a flea," Les continued, clawing away at the animal's hide as if trying to dig through a dusty carpet. He eyed the small barn 60 yards out into the pasture. "You just come and go as you please. Baby'll leave you alone, won't you, baby?" The bull shifted his massive weight in pleasure from the scratching and fixed me with a baleful eye. I could clearly see the visions of my torn and bleeding body that danced in his twisted imagination. Over the years, I'd been knocked down by bulls, knocked around by bulls, stepped on by bulls, thrown over fences by bulls, and slammed into walls by bulls. I have been covered in bull sweat, bull spit, bull snot, and well, you get the idea. Bulls are immense, straight-ahead, single-minded, powerful creatures. Because I am a Taurus, I admire them. Because I am sane, I'm scared of them. Baby may have been all sweetness and light to Les Hallcraft, but to me, he was just another chunk of fear, a clear and present danger, and he was in a pasture that I had to pass through at least 3 times every 24 hours. Like the dog owner explaining how little Fido would never bite anyone as the crazed canine has his fangs in your fetlock, Les seemed totally unaware of my feeble protests about having his bull in the way. He actually seemed rather pleased that I was going to get an opportunity to become personally acquainted with Baby, that I would soon come to love the dear bovine as much as he did. Baby would only be there for 10 days or so while Les and his wife went to California on vacation. The hired man would take care of everything at the big farm while they were gone, but he'd brought the bull back to the old home place so I could check on him every day. He just didn't know what he'd do if anything happened to Baby. Since I had to go into the barn in that pasture regularly, and since the pasture was just 50 feet or so from the house, it would be no trouble at all for me to keep an eye on his beloved bull. He simply would not recognize the fact that his Charlet was a crazed killer waiting to grind out my life beneath cloven hooves the size of manhole covers. The next morning, I eased quietly out the back door. Baby was 70 yards away on the opposite side of the barn. I slipped through the stile, trotted to the rear of the small barn, lifted open a chest-high trap-style door, and wiggled my way inside. Safe. I was cleaning up the farrowing crate around a sow and a litter of pigs when I heard Laura drive away for a day of errands at a town 30 miles distant. For the next hour or so, I fussed around inside the barn, Baby still out front, on the opposite side of the structure from the house. All was well. Maybe Les was right. Maybe this was the one bull on the planet that did not have designs on my life. A quick duck out the back trap door, a jog to the fence, and I would be home free. I walked to the rear of the barn, swung the door open, and there stood the bull. He looked at me, lowered his 55-gallon head, and shook it from side to side. A 2-foot trail of mucus whipped out of his nose. Okay. I walked to the front of the barn and out into the fenced paddock. Baby was waiting, and he paced me as I walked the enclosure. Over the next 2 hours, we repeated that performance several times. The horrible truth began to dawn on me. I was trapped. With my wife gone for the day, there was no one around to even distract the bull while I made a getaway. Besides, I had business in the barn every day, livestock that depended on me. I paid the rent. The bull was the interloper, not me. I had a right to be there. Anger began to build in my fear-choked mind. The reptile portion of my brain started to writhe and shudder. No half-witted 2,000-pound walking hamburger patty was going to dictate my business to me. All the rage against all the bulls that had misused me in my life came to the forefront. Red-eyed and sweaty-toothed, I looked for a weapon. There, against the wall, leaned a 4-foot length of 2-inch plumbing pipe, a bludgeon of heroic proportions. Good. My Norse ancestry sang through my veins. I could almost hear the sound of cold steel striking cold steel on the shore of the misty isles. I felt the urge to scream, Odin, to the distant stars. Instead, clutching the piece of pipe, I boldly strode to the rear of the barn and opened the door. There he was, Baby the bull, waiting on me. He shook his head and issued a grumble similar to the sound of a toilet backing up. I ran to the front of the barn and out into the paddock. Sure enough, Baby came loping around the corner. Perfect. I ran back to the rear, then back to the front, then back to the rear, then back to the front, then back to the rear again, and stayed there. Baby, caught up in the game, headed back to the front. When I heard him go, I rolled out the chest-high door, pipe in hand, and took up my batter's stance at the edge of the barn. When the bull came barreling around the corner, I committed my soul to Thor, swung the pipe, and took him high and outside with a shot that would have gone downtown in Yankee Stadium. Baby dropped like a stone. Had I killed him, I would have been homeless and owed Les Hallcraft more money than I made in 5 years. But I didn't. I thought I did. For a while, Baby lay there for nearly 2 hours before he got to his feet and wobbled off. Several days later, Les pulled up, freshly back from California, as I was walking from the barn to the house. Baby, again all sweetness and light, scampered up to greet him. As I approached, however, the bull backed off 20 feet or so and calmly waited. Well, that's strange, Les said. He just moved away from you. Well, he's been like that since the day after you left, I said. Oh, maybe he thinks you don't like him, Hallcraft mused. Controlling my grin, I replied, I wonder what could have given him that idea. That's how it seems to me. I'm David R. Lewis. Thanks for visiting a Heartland memory here on Theater of the Mind.
Welcome back out to the IBP Ice Arena here in Sioux City, Iowa. Joel Becker along with Gary Scabona, Kansas City Jets hockey. It's does it make any difference here? There we go. Got it? Yeah. So we are just getting ready to go for the third period of play. Jets trailing the Metros 3-0 is our score. And teams back on the ice, getting ready to go. As I mentioned before, the Metros out shooting the Jets 20-4 while leading it 3-0. Obviously, that's something that the Jets are going to have to improve on. Not just for today, but for tomorrow as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe.
So keep in mind, we've still got the varsity game to go today. And then these same two teams at it. By the way, if you've been paying attention to or memorizing our schedule, they changed the times for this weekend for tomorrow.
Went back.
Yeah.
They changed it back.
Right. So we are playing at 9:30 and 11:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is nice for those of us who want to sleep in a little bit, but not so nice for being able to watch the Chiefs game.
We'll get the whole game on the bus.
On the bus.
Well, if we started early, we might have got back to Kansas City with a little time left, which would have made a bummer. So, yeah. Well, you're not watching it anyways. You're driving.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
And I won't text you every score.
Thank you.
Or I might.
I'll be sequestered. May have to turn my phone into airplane mode.
Exactly.
So we got an early icing here, 41 seconds into the third period. What was the climate downstairs like?
They're good. They're bigger. They're stronger. They're faster. And they're older. Same thing we talked about up here.
Okay.
So
they say anything about like you said, older, the seniors and?
No, not really. It is what it is. I mean, this league has never prevented seniors from
I was just going to say that I know a lot of people probably wonder that. It's
not going to start now. You know
right.
What I mean? So
and I you can make that case as to whether they should. We've had seniors play on JV. It's extremely rare for the Jets.
Not for a long time.
Yeah. But again, it was because that's where that particular player belonged.
Well, and we had we also had a situation where it was family, and the senior, wasn't good enough to play varsity, but he had brothers on the team, and they wanted to play together, so we kept them together. Good families, that's how you do it sometimes.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. That's where he belonged.
Right. Yeah.
So. Puck was loose in front there, and a nice defensive play by Redmond.
We haven't had one in a while.
Yeah.
We had a goaltender one year who started as a junior, was homeschooled, and halfway through the year told us he was a senior. And he was our JV goalie. So.
Okay.
And I think that's the last time the JVs won the league won the tournament.
Huh.
So.
There you go.
So it does advantage. It happens,
Yeah.
I remember the year that Curry played, we lost to the Capitals in the finals of the JV, and the Capitals goalie was a senior. So the league's got nothing to want the kids to play. So, and if we didn't have so many kids try out, Joe, we would probably have the same thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. Think about, the teams like, Fremont or back in the day, Bogie or whatever. If they couldn't have used seniors, they have a tough enough season as it is.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
we've cut seniors in the past because we don't play seniors on JVs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but again, if we only had 30 kids trying out, well, you don't got a chance. You don't have a choice.
Well, that's the thing is that sometimes the Kansas City fans can forget how blessed we are.
Right. Yeah.
As part of the Jets franchise in terms of what is available to us that is not necessarily available to every other franchise in the league.
And if we had, two teams in Kansas City, which could happen someday.
Yeah, it has been the case before.
Then you might see it more.
Yeah.
No, you will see it more because
I would think
each team's only going to have 20-something kids on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, and again, for people who haven't, don't have a big grasp of the history of the Midwest League, which was at one time called the Iowa High School Hockey League, we did used to have two Kansas City teams for quite a few seasons.
Yeah, we did. I think it was actually 4 seasons. We entered the 2007-2008 season. Oh, and and Sam's senior year, so it'll be the 11-12 season, is when we merged into one.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, it's obviously we've had a level of success, but at the same time, it is by no means a clear thing to say that there's so much hockey in Kansas City at the high school level that that we should have always had two or something like that.
Right. No.
I mean, you can say that about Des Moines, for example.
Right.
They've got plenty.
Yeah.
Well, you could even make that comment about Omaha from time to time. They do have multiple teams. It's just that they're AAA or
if they didn't have a AAA teams up there, that'd be different. But
right, they're not all Midwest League teams, but they do have multiple. And we also have multiple high school teams. They're just our other high school team is in the Mid-American League or whatever they call that.
Yeah.
And I think what do we have? 3 teams in that league?
No, the Stars this year only have 1.
No, I'm saying in Kansas City because there's the Stars, Mavericks, and the Saints.
Yeah, 3.
Does Carriage Club doesn't have a team this year?
Yeah, they do.
So it's 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And there were years in the past when the metro area high school hockey league existed where we had 7 or 8 teams.
Right.
In addition to the junior blades or whatever there was at that time.
Yeah. So we also had the kids who played on both back then.
Yeah.
Now they don't.
So at any rate, we played about 3 minutes here of this third period. Couple of shots so far for the Metros. I don't know why that wasn't icing.
Not sure either.
But in the meantime, puck back of the Jets net. They trail it 3-0 here.
And the other problem, Joe, is the reason we don't have 2 teams is we don't have the ice.
Right.
That's the main problem.
Well, and that was a huge factor in how we combined in the first place.
Right, yeah.
Was
Pepsi went down.
Right. The loss of that ice at that time. And
following year
you remember, of course, when that happened, which was, I don't know, now it's like, gosh.
Sam's junior year.
Yeah, so what is that, 10, 15 years ago or something like that?
10, 11 season, yeah.
And right back then they were saying, well, it won't be more than a few years before we've got another rink opening up. That happened, didn't it?
Yeah, right away, man. Happened right away.
So.
Should have reopened King Louis.
Well, I don't know. They did. They just turned it into a museum, not an ice rink.
Is it a museum?
That's what I'm pretty sure.
Museum for what?
The Johnson County Museum.
Oh, really? Down in the basement?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. It's not in a bowling alley anymore. Okay.
Yeah. No. They shut down the bowling alley around the same time as they shut down the ice rink.
I don't know. I didn't live there, so in that area. But I agree.
Bloom able to keep that in. Lemke tried to send it down low. And now back the other way, Brannon for the Metros. Got it to Ebner at the point. He'll just dump it into the corner. Bloom over there, along with McCune. Now, once again, it's Brennan back in the net.
Nice save. That was a great save.
Yeah, Krugel's...
He's played a great game.
Really. I mean, again, his team's being outshot 23-4, and we're still
he's made some nice saves.
Well, yeah. The idea that we're actually not out of this game right now. It would be a high uphill battle, obviously, but it certainly could be a lot worse than 3-0 when you're being outshot 23-4.
Absolutely.
So in the meantime, both teams trying to reset here as it was. Shobano's able to poke it in after Fort Herman for the Metros.
The big thing is, Joe, after being up 4-2 on that Saturday game back in November, this Jets JV team has been outscored 5.
Let's see, they scored 3 goals.
They scored 3
goals and then 5 and then now 3.
11-0.
Yeah.
Since that point.
Penalty coming up. As
11-0 since that point, and we've had 9 shots. So,
wow,
can't win game. Look, they got more goals than we have shots in those. The last 2 games we played.
I guess you could say it looks like Bunce is going off. I'm assuming for roughing.
Look that way.
Although again, he didn't make the signal, so I have no idea. But
I must be hungry because all this fried food that's coming up smells and looks good, and fried food is not something I should be eating.
They'll have some time.
Oh.
There's Lee.
Oh, see, they're blocking everything up front.
Yeah.
We're not even getting our shots through.
No. I mean, the funny thing is you could almost say that the Jets in that Saturday game did a good job of waking up the Metros, and then ever since,
Right.
Because that game was wasn't it 2-2 at one point, and
Which one? The JV game?
The one that we were leading 4-2.
No, we were up 3-1, then we went up 3-2, then it was 4-2. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they came back with the 3 in
the third.
Yeah. Nice save there by Moninger, who hasn't really had a whole lot of action, obviously.
No.
And Pipe was right there on the rebound, but there wasn't one.
But obviously teams do that, but they're in this power play stat. They're letting our point guys shoot. They're sitting right in front of that crease.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is that, in order for that, that can work when you're on the power play, but you have to work at it.
Yeah.
In front of the crease yourselves.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it calls on the big guy in front of the crease to, if there's a rebound, to make sure he gets a stick on it.
Well, and also you want to provide a path for the point guy to actually make the shot,
right?
Which requires you to, just have the stronger position,
right?
Which is not easy to do, but that's why they call it the dirty areas of the ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
something Makowitz has done a really good job this year at in front of the net.
And it's one of the reasons why we do have two defensemen playing on the forward lines,
right?
To get that presence, and actually that's kind of Pipe's job,
Right now, this is Pipe's job today. Yeah.
Yeah. So half a minute to go in the power play. Get it out to center ice, but Jets without possession, and it's dumped the length of the ice by the Metros. Back for it, Bloom. He just rang it around to an open right wing. There was nobody there. And so the Metros take over.
Well, maybe he forgot that we're on the power play.
or just didn't think. Maybe he thought there was going to be a player over there. I don't know. In the meantime, Bloom again. And that's going to do it for the power play. So the Jets 0 for 3 with a shorthanded goal allowed, which for the moment is actually the game winner.
Yeah.
Here's Caldwell with the puck.
3 power plays, and we've got 1 goal. I mean, and we've only got
another one's coming up.
Play.
Yeah, that was.
We've only gotten 5 shots in 3 power plays.
Yeah.
We should have 5 shots each power play.
Well, the fact that we only have 5 shots in the game,
right? With 3 power plays.
Yeah, 3 of them. Yeah. So Sabanos is going to go off for tripping, and the Jets will go right back on the power play. Well, I guess they're doing what they can to make Gunnar Moninger earn this shutout if he can get it.
Going to make him work at it a little bit.
2 straight power plays for the Jets. So they have changed a little bit of personnel. Redmond out at the point instead of Bloom right now. Krugel on the ice as well. Thompson Krugel out there along with Ignachev and Brody Lee. Boy, the puck loose behind the net. McCune came over there. Almost got there first. Caldwell's also out on the ice for the Jets. Here's Ignachev. He'll work into the zone. On right wing. He just played it back to the net. Lead back out to Redmond. He'll walk the line, sends it across. One-timer Caldwell. That was blocked in front.
We just can't get shots through.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a good job by the Metros to block it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They blocked a lot of them today.
Caldwell will just play it into the near corner. Played up the near side boards. Redmond kept it in at the left point. Goes back of the net. Ignachev. He has Krugel in front. Tried to get it to him. Came right through to Caldwell. He pinches in from the right side. Just plays it. Boy, it hit the goaltender's stick, who doesn't have a stick right now. But Metros catch a break as the Jets handed it right to him. They send it down the ice. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Redmond up ahead for Bloom. I was thinking for a minute that the Jets might have been guilty with having too many men there as Bloom came on and played it, but as it turned out, shorthand, another possible breakaway. Ownby in on goal, and shot, and he scored. Second shorty given up by the Jets JV this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, I was thinking to myself that we might have been guilty of having too many men on the ice, and it turned out we actually had too few. There was that he was only our fourth guy out there.
Yeah.
And so then Bunce was able to play it ahead, and again led to this breakaway. And Ownby catches up to the puck and able to get it in past Krugel to give the Metros a 4-0 lead. Power play has another 15 seconds left to go. But the Jets really haven't, again, had much offensive opportunity. They might have had more on this power play than some of the previous ones. A couple of chances in front there for Lemke. And Moninger able to cover up and get a face-off with 4 seconds left to go in the man advantage.
Now we got the music man coming up with fried food when you're hungry.
Well, you will have time between the games.
I'm not going to get that. I'm not getting that. You going to Roadhouse or Outback tonight?
I don't know. We do have plenty of time. That's the one good thing about playing these 1 and 3:30 games.
Those cheese curds look damn good. I keep seeing those. It's a big seller, obviously.
Oh, puck in front. And a save by Krugel as Elsie came in front. He was tripped, and I was surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't a call.
I thought Bloom was going to go off there, but I guess to their credit, the Metros did still have the good scoring opportunity anyway. Brenneman able to get it out to center ice. So the 2 straight power plays have helped the Jets get their shot total from 4 up to 7.
Woohoo!
But are still being outshot 25-7 with 3.5 minutes left to go.
This is a very good JV team, and they split with Omaha last week. And we do have a win against Omaha. I wasn't there, so it will be interesting how that goes at the end of the season, whether the Jets are going to need some wins against them to make it to the tournament or not.
Right. I'll tell you something though. What we're nice redirect in front, but that goes wide. But if what we're seeing today, and actually the last time we played the Metros as well, making the tournament would be nice, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to go
far.
Yeah,
not going to go far, right?
So long shot that time by Netley and handled by Krugel.
Yeah, right now we'd be the 6th seed if we make it. We play the 3rd seed, which I'm not sure who it is. Right, might be Waterloo. I don't know, sure.
And then we play the Metros if things work today, because they'd be the second seed if things started right now.
But we almost upset them once.
Yeah, you never know.
You get in a tournament, people start gripping it. You know what I mean? The favorites start gripping because they're not supposed to lose, and especially the JV division. A couple years ago, when they had 8 teams in a tournament, all top 4 seeds lost, and we were the 2nd seed that year. So we lost to Waterloo, I believe it was.
Well, that is one thing, and I don't know if this will end up affecting this year's play or not. Oh, right in front, a shot and a good save by Krugel, who had it covered, and they get the whistle. But in years past, when they used to split the 2 tournaments up, where you had a JV tournament the week after the varsity tournament, then if you were a team that had a lot of swing players, or an older team, this sort of a situation, that you didn't have to worry about it in terms of its effect on your varsity team.
Well, even a couple years when they started the JV tournament on Thursday, there really wasn't a big. But there's really, I've already talked to the tournament director, and he's going to have, usually they got the bracket set up on your seating, but that could change when you play, depending on if you got 2 teams in the tournament.
So they are going to.
They can't play at the same time.
They're going to make They're going to make an effort to.
Yes. Yes. So, like for example, if Kansas City was the 6th seed, Jets, the JV team, they're going to play at like 1 o'clock. Well, the varsity game, I think the varsity game, I think the 3rd seed, the 6th seed, the 3rd and 6th seed game, I have to look at it closer, but they play like at 2 o'clock. So
and they would change that.
They would cross over. They would move that where that's what he told me. He's got a couple bracket scenarios, but he can't do anything until
he
knows who qualifies and what seed they're going to be. So that bracket will not come out until late.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, to be quite honest.
I think it is.
McCune, a nice pass across and a good little poke check to break that up as we're down to the last
there's a
minute
lot of teams that don't have. I mean, give an example.
Yeah.
Sioux City Raider. I'm not sure how many of these seniors play varsity, but this is a solid team. And if you take their seniors and juniors away who swing, you know what I mean? You take the swings away, this JV team's not as strong.
Right.
I don't think.
But again, like I said, that could be for those people who are, a little more concerned about the idea of, whether or not it's teams that do have that older, whether or not that's appropriate or not, it would kind of even things out a little bit.
Yeah, I think if I go back now, I'm trying to look at the brackets in my mind. Yeah, the 4 or 5 games, 11, the 3-6 JV game would be at 12:45, and the 3-6 varsity game would be at 1.
Okay.
So, yeah, it wouldn't work.
Well, there's one that Camden Krugel would definitely have won.
Yeah, that's the only soft goal he's given up today.
And well, the good news is it certainly didn't make any difference at that point.
Is that 5-0 or 6-0?
5. Okay. That was the 5th.
Okay. So in the last 2 games we played him, Joe, we've been outscored 10-0, and we've been outshot 32 and 28. Was that 50? 50-13.
Huh.
So ever since we had a 4-2 lead, it's not gone good. Not gone good. 13-0 after a 4-2 lead.
Yep.
12. All right. Well, we'll see what tomorrow brings us.
Yep. And like I said, we've still got some big hockey left to go, as the Jets varsity squad will have a chance to play the Metros, and that's going to be a big game here. This actually is technically for first place.
Okay.
I believe I don't know, when I was looking at the standings last night, the Jets were 2 points behind the Metros. And right now they have an even head-to-head competition.
Yeah, we're 2 behind the Metros, right?
Yeah, so if we win, we would technically have the tiebreaker.
Right, and both games were 3-1 wins.
Yeah.
So
although I think that would put us even with the number of wins, right? If we won. Because
we'll have 18 and they'll have 19.
Oh, okay.
We got 2 shootout wins. Shootout losses.
We have 2 shootout
we'll
losses.
We'll have the same amount of... Well, we'll have 1 more game in. No, we'll both have 23 games. We would have 18 wins. They would have 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they would be 19-3, and we would be...
That's right.
18-3-2.
So they would still be ahead of us, technically, but
yeah,
at any rate. All right, 5-0 the final. Here are the Metros on top of the Jets. We've got a 10-minute warm-up. We've got the ice making the starting lineups, so probably about 25 minutes to a half an hour. We'll be back with the varsity game here from the IBP Ice Center in Sioux City. Thanks for joining us here on Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Your passing. You got to support the puck. Do I have to tell you this? And we're getting killed on the boards. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job.
Grimson.
Hello? Hi, honey. What? Now? All right. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, sweetheart. Hey, it's my girl. You know, my daughter.
Love.
pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.